Welcome to Wildcat Sports Update. I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and in studio today I've got the members of our boys hockey team going around the room. We've got Tyler Marinho, we've got Tyler Florencio, and we've got Matt O'Brien here. Matt is the senior captain, so we're going to start with you, Matt, in the questioning. Yep. Who are you, what position do you play, and how long do you play Wilmington hockey?
I'm Matt O'Brien. I'm a center, and I've been playing since about 5th grade.
Okay. Tyler F.?
I'm a defenseman. I've been playing hockey since I was 5 years old, 6 years old.
Okay, and Tyler Marino?
I'm a goalie, and I've been playing since 4th grade.
Okay, I'm going to start with you, Tyler, because it's always intriguing. Why are you a goalie? I know we had you were on for you were on with me in soccer, and we heard that Coach Greco threw you in the goal.
Yeah,
but I would imagine that's hockey's a little bit different than soccer. How did you become a hockey goalie?
When I started watching hockey, it was like, I don't know, I was watching the Rangers, Henrik Lundqvist, and I decided that's what I wanted to do.
Okay. And how long have you been a goalie all the time?
Like my first year, I did player and goalie, and then my second year, I moved to just goalie.
Okay. You happy you made that switch? All right, good. All right, so Matt wears the C, so you're the captain, and you're the other guys are seniors. So Matt, I'm going to go to you. What do you see your role as a captain? And what is there a difference between being a captain on the ice versus a captain off the ice or in the locker room?
I feel like it's kind of like the same like responsibilities, like trying to keep everyone up and like together as one. Because I feel like sometimes like we'll go in the locker room and we'll be down because we're down in the game, and everyone will kind of just start like falling apart. I try to keep everyone as like in one and like know that we can come back and that we're not going to lose.
Okay, now in hockey, the captain are there any on ice responsibilities that don't have anything to do with the team, but have to do with dealing with officials or your coach?
Like timeouts maybe at the end of the game, but that's it. Not like nothing with the refs or anything.
Okay, the refs don't come to you and
No.
complain about the coach or anything?
No.
All right, so I'm going to go to my two seniors. First with you, Tyler Florencio. How do you see your role as a senior on a team? And you said you've played, this is your third year playing varsity hockey?
Yeah.
So how do you see, from the time you were a sophomore and now you're a senior, how do you see your role?
Mainly just to like influence like show the younger kids and the newer kids what to do, like how to act, and just to be like, I mean, it seems kind of selfish, but like a backbone of the team and like try to help everyone. And since you've been playing the longest, I mean, he's been 4 years, we've both been 3 years. Just use what you know and play the game.
Now you're a defenseman, correct?
Yep.
So as a senior defenseman, do you have any other responsibilities on the ice as far as, I mean, I'm not a hockey guy, so are you calling plays, you're calling sets or anything like that?
No, not really.
Okay. All right, so Tyler M., you're the goalie, also senior, you played for 3 years. Have you been the starting goalie for all 3 years?
No, 2.
2 years. So what do you see your role as a senior, and how does that impact you and your role as a goalie as far as a leader on the ice?
I'd say like on the ice, trying to direct the D is probably my biggest thing. Like trying to let guys know if there's like RD to know if there's like a guy out front or in the slot or something where they need to be. Like as a senior though, like in general, like in the locker room, I guess like saying what we need to do better. I guess try to chime in a little bit, try to stay positive. But
good. All right, now we're almost through the end of the season, so you're on late on the show compared to the season. So all three, I'm going to go through team goals that you had set, and then what were any individual goals that got set. We're going to start with you, Tyler.
Team goal, win the state championship. Individual goal, maybe all-star, probably.
Okay, Tyler F.
I mean, yeah, having a good regular season for the team goal, getting a good seed for playoffs, and individual goal, I don't know, score more goals in general.
Okay, good. And Matt?
Team goal, have a solid run in the playoffs, and then individual goal, I don't know, MVP or league all-star would be nice.
Okay. And how are we doing with regards to, it looks like we're going to make the tournament. I know that we're sixth in Division 4. Are we 4?
Mm.
Yeah.
So how has the season gone? I mean, we're 4-13 as we speak, but we play in a tough division. Matt, how would you summarize the season so far?
I think we definitely started off slow, I mean, it's been tough because I think we haven't even had like more than 3 games with like the same like set like lines. We've had like so many kids been sick, kids getting injured, like left and right, like kids stepping up from like fourth line, like they've had like a regular role in the last like 10 games. So I mean, it's been tough, but like I mean, everyone just adapts and just adjusts and just does what they can.
Okay, I'm going to go to the two Tylers. Just about what's the rundown of the team? Junior, senior, sophomore, freshman. You're a defenseman, so Tyler F. We're going to go with you first. Who are our defensemen that play William Hockey?
So I'm the only senior defenseman, and then we have just Colin's the only junior, right? So then Colin Allard.
Well, LC and Gus,
Oh, yeah,
they don't really play.
So I play with Colin on the first line, and then second line is 2 sophomores, Nate Anderson and Max Bagtaz, and then third line is Gus Lambert and Luke Cushing. They're both juniors.
Okay, and Tyler F. How many other goaltenders do we have, and what class are they?
2 others, Cam Thompson, junior, and Evan McLean's sophomore.
And Matt, I'm going to go to you on the forwards because I don't know, there might be a ton of them to name, but why don't you run down who our first, second, third lines are, and if there's anybody else that we need.
First line's me, Ryan Archer, and then Derek Perrault. Second is Brennan Walsh, Jake Tucker, and Emmerich O'Brien. And then third line is Nate Murphy, Nick DiGiovanni, and Brady Cabral.
And then a few other guys. I know somebody's hurt.
Yeah,
Isaac's
Isaac's hurt.
Right? Yep.
Isaac's hurt. Cam Gray's hurt. And then fourth line is David MP, and then
Hank.
Henry Almeida.
Okay, good. So, like I said, it's been a trying year with injuries. We're going to go with back to Matt. Where do you see the strengths of this team? Where do you see where are the strong points on this team?
I feel like our first line, like our starting 5 and our goalie, is like a good like strength for us. But then like I feel like the depth kind of isn't really that good, so it kind of like falls off, and then yeah.
So then I hate to use the word weaknesses, but as a defensive unit, where do you think you need to improve, Tyler, to be successful in the tournament?
Definitely our end zone coverage. Like we leave guys open way too easily, and our back check is lacking. That's like when you say we go down the ice, we're in the offensive zone, and the other team gets a break, and then they're coming down. We need our forwards to be coming back and picking up a loose guy.
Okay, and then Tyler F. That's a great answer. Tyler M. These guys are going to drive me nuts. Where do you see your goaltending right now? And in order to make a big run in this tournament, you would need a hot goaltender. Is there anything you think personally you can really improve on over the next 2 weeks that'll help lead to that hot goaltending kind of thing?
Probably rebound control. Put them in the corner so not back up front. We struggle picking up guys in front of the net a lot, so if I can put them in the corner, don't really got to worry about it.
Okay, so it's a tournament. You're going to be a tournament team. Matt, I'm going to go to you next. You do play in the Middlesex League, and some of the schools are really big. What's the challenges you have, and who are some of the better teams that you've played, and how you guys fared?
The better teams, I mean, I think all 5 or 6 of the teams on the other side are ranked like top 12. So, or they're all ranked. I think like Reading, Arlington, and Belmont are all top 10 in D1. Winchester's 12 in D1, and then Woburn's like 2 in D2.
Billerica's number 1.
Yeah, but they're not in the Middlesex.
But you did play them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, them too. I don't know. I mean, it's tough because like they got 3 solid lines, and then like when they graduate kids, they got more kids coming, and they just keep the kids coming, and like we don't really have like all the kids that are trying out and everything, so it's just tough, like numbers and everything.
All right, Tyler F. I'm going to ask you a simple question: Who are our goal scorers? So who's scoring goals for the team, and has the injury bug or the sickness bug played any havoc on the defensive side? So I'm going to be the goal scorers. And what's happened? I know we've talked about the injuries and sickness on defensive side. How has that impacted your team?
The goal scorers, honestly, it's been mostly Ryan Archer. He's got what, 14 maybe?
Yeah, like 15. Yeah,
14, 15, and then I think you're next.
Yeah, I have like 5.
Yeah,
So
And
Matt's got 5. He's got
then
14 or 15.
then it starts to fall off. There's a lot of spread. I have 2
I think
goals.
it's you. Yeah, I think
2
you're.
or 3 goals this 3.
Yeah,
2.
3. I think you're
Jake has
next.
2.
Yeah, I have some. Jake has some.
Isaac has
Isaac has
4.
Yeah.
The injury, that's because we got.
There's like 6 or 7 kids with at least one goal.
Good. So on the defensive side of the world, has like Matt had said, have the injuries and the sickness impacted? Have you been consistent with your two lines of defense, or has that been impacted by people getting sick?
We usually only play like 4 defensemen, like 2 lines, and I think I have been the only one who was sick. I got sick before Arlington, which was the second game of the year, but not much injuries and sickness.
So defensively, we've been relatively healthy.
Pretty, yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to my goaltender again. I hate to be goalie centric with you, but I know you've been the cornerstone of some teams that you expect to go far in the tournament. What do you expect from your defensemen, and when you're shouting out to them, what's your role in making sure they're positioned right, and are you loud enough for it, or are you just you hit them with your stick? How do you do it?
Yeah, I can be loud if I want to be. I think a lot of the time I'm probably not, but if I need to be, I could be loud.
Okay. Do you direct them, or you said just
Yeah,
where to
like
throw the puck, or how
yeah,
things
like,
are happening?
there's like a guy open out front. Usually yell for like them to tie their sticks or get them out front of the net. Or if there's a guy open, I call for it.
Okay. Matt, I want to go back to you on. We used to play at Rastusha, which is in Wilmington.
Mm-hmm.
This is our second year at Breakaway.
Yeah.
What is it like? Does it feel like home ice? I know you have to travel. They practice. How was the switching arenas impacted just the general mojo of the team?
Yeah, well, it's definitely tougher getting there. It's like a 15-minute drive, and it's right after school, so it's a lot of cars. It's definitely tougher than going right like down the street to Rastusha. So I mean, it's tough getting to practice, especially when it's at 3 and we get out at like 2:35. So that's tough. And then there's also like 6 other high school teams there, so it's not really like a home rink, because it's like you're kind of like sharing it with everyone. We don't have a locker room either, so I mean.
And how does not having a locker room impact the whole deal?
Well, we didn't have a locker room at Rastusha, but like I don't think there were any that were like available at the time. But like they have a locker room available, but they want us to pay, and I mean we don't have all the money to pay. So yeah, I mean I think if Rastusha had an open one, then like we probably could have had it, but I mean they're not going to give it to us. So
Okay. I'm going to the two Tylers this year versus last year. Tyler Marinho, I'm going to start with you. What do you see the differences between this year and last year's team? Last year's team did have a little bit of a run in the tournament, if I remember correctly. What are the differences between this year and last year, and how do you feel like you've learned from what happened last year in the tournament?
I think our offense is a lot better than it was last year. Last year we struggled to score goals. It was like, I don't know. Yeah, our offense is probably our biggest, like, what's the word?
Improvement.
Yeah. I couldn't think of
That's
that
why
word.
we have hockey players. They love each other. The Tylers answer each other questions. Amazing there. So Tyler F., what do you see on defense? I don't know. Is it the same 4 or who's new?
No.
And you get a lot more playing time. What are the differences between this year and last year?
I'm getting the same amount of playing time. I was on second line last year, but we just cycled the 4 defensemen. We lost 2 defensemen. We lost Bobby Sear and Eric Spinney. So me and Colin played together last year, and now we're playing together again. So not that big of a change, but now we have Nate and Max also with us. So, and they're young, and they don't have a lot of experience. Well, now that the season's gone by, they got a little bit more, but they didn't in the beginning, and it was kind of difficult for them. So we just had to get them used to the playing style.
Okay. We're right around the room. Top moments from this year, because one of the questions, the individual questions is I ask, top moments of your entire hockey career. So as we speak today, what's today? The 10th of February. What's the top moment so far? We'll start with you, Matt.
probably when we beat the Tech 2-1 in the Christmas tournament.
Okay.
I was gonna say the Tech too.
Oh, you got to pick a different
I know.
one. That means Tyler. That means our goaltender has to pick the third option.
Let's go with our win on senior night against Wakefield. It was a good one.
Okay, Tyler.
keeping it close with Reading.
That was a great game, right?
Yeah,
You
that's
guys-
actually a good one.
4-3 overtime.
Okay, and how did Reading is what ranked in the state?
Right now,
Seven, I
7.
think. Yeah,
Seventh?
7.
And you lost 3-2 to them.
4-3.
4-3 in overtime. What was okay? It's a good way to segue into this. How do we stay with Reading in that game? What were the key factors as a goalie that you saw kept them in the game? Did you play over? Did you like stand on your head and knock every shot away, or what was the key moments?
Yeah, had a
You
good
can
game,
brag.
but we had a good. We went into Reading knowing it was gonna be tough. We played a lot of just chip it out of the zone, just get it out, get a whistle. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Tyler.
We played Belmont and Woburn the 2 games before that. So, and the Woburn we got killed, and then the next game against Belmont we kept it close for a little bit, and then they opened it up. So it was like we were building up to have one good game against a solid team, and that ended up being against Reading. And we also we just kept throwing the puck out of the zone. We didn't really give up. We never gave up. They would score, and we would come back, and we would score.
Good. And Matt, what's your impression on how that?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing was just like chipping pucks out and not like letting them get time in our zone, because like the longer they would just like run around and just like wear us down. So the faster we got the puck out of our zone was the better. And then I think both of their goals, I think they scored, and then the next shift after we got one, and then it was tied 2-2, and then they got a one late, and then with like 6 minutes left, and then we got one like 2 shifts later with like a minute left. So I mean, it was kind of like back and forth the whole game. So it was fun.
That's good. It's a good standard to set, right? Now I'm going to switch over to coaching. I know Coach Scanlon's been there like forever. He's probably my age. We've been around a long time. What's one thing, Matt, you learned from Coach Scanlon?
I think he has a lot to say about the forecheck. I think and it is true, like, if you don't pressure a team, they're not going to make a mistake. But, like, it showed the goal that we had to tie it up at 2 in Reading. The forecheck was good, and they made a mistake, and then we scored right after that. So I think he likes to emphasize strong forecheck.
Okay.
It works.
Tyler?
He likes to emphasize physicality. Always up at a guy. If there's someone poking at him after the whistle, or if he has the puck and someone's trying to dig at it, he wants us to just lay him out, put him on the floor as hard as you can. But
Okay, and Tyler? Goalie?
He doesn't really give me much. Tells me to get whistles. That's really all he tells me.
As the goalie, you're sort of out there on the island by yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Now, as I've been doing this with everybody this year, as a high school coach that I am, JV baseball coach, I'd like to ask the question. We're going to go through the Tyler, and Matt. I know you've had this question before, so I want to see if you give me the same answer as you did for soccer. What advice would you, and don't worry if you don't, and look at your face.
I don't even remember what my answer was.
Okay, so what advice would you give a high school coach, like me or any other high school coach? What advice would you give them to help them be successful?
Probably to understand, understand your players and what they have going on, outside of the sport, because there's always a lot more going on outside. So just understand that and check in and stuff.
Good, Tyler.
maybe we adapt to maybe change things up every now and then. I myself, I've been playing hockey for over 12 years, 13 years, and I mean, we all have a lot of experience. You can't just pick up hockey. You gotta play for a little bit. So everyone knows a good chunk about the sport. So when you combine all that together, it might be good, it might be bad, but you don't know until you try it.
Okay, and Matt.
I mean, I agree with what they both said, changing things up, because he's very old school, and I don't think he's changed one thing in the last 4 years. Same face off, same forecheck, same everything, and then kind of what Tyler said, getting to know your actual players, not just I don't know, just know them on the ice and stuff, actually knowing them would help.
Okay, and I'll stay with you, Matt. Growing the program, so there's a two-part question. Each of you is getting the exact same question. So you guys, Tyler, you're going to get lucky. You're going to get the last one to answer it again. Put you on the spot. How How do we grow the program from this base that we have? I know the numbers have been down over the last couple of years. And then, if I'm the parent, or advice would you give to the fifth grader hockey player or parent to play at Wilmington High? So first, Matt, growing the program.
I think it's good what they're doing this year for JV with all the eighth graders. It kind of gives them like a shot to like see what it's like here, and they're not even in high school yet, so then they can make their decision. And then advice for high school, or that they want to come to high school. I mean, I think it's a lot of fun. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
All right, Tyler, you get to go next. Tyler F.
What is it?
What advice? How do you grow the program? How would you want to grow the program? What do you think we can? How can we grow the program? We get more kids wanting to come to the high school, and then what would we tell the fifth graders is, Tyler, what's it like to play hockey at high school?
Grow the program. I mean, yeah, the eighth graders, we were short on JV kids, so we got some of the eighth graders, and then it also shows them like the how difficult the teams that we play are, because their other options are private schools or the tech, and the tech plays some Minuteman, like this
Nobody.
Yeah. They don't play good teams, so when they see the scores, they jack up the scores like 10-0 on teams.
Yeah.
They don't see who they're playing. They see the numbers. But the reason for them to come to the high school is, I mean, you get to play with the kids that you've known all your life. I've known him since kindergarten, and played hockey with some of these kids for 10 years. Maybe Brady, I think, is the longest I've been playing with.
Okay, don't worry, Tyler. You can answer the same way. As a goalie, though, what would you tell a fifth grader to play goalie? Kid wants to play goalie. You're a goalie. What would you say? He says, I want to be a goalie. What would your advice be to the kid or his parents?
Do it. It's fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Stick with it. It's difficult, but just keep working at it.
Okay, and before we do the interview, what would be advice to grow the program from you?
I would say probably maybe bring people our players the middle school and talk to the middle schoolers, get them to come to some games, see what it's like. I think that would probably help.
Okay, good.
Now, am I allowed to add to my answer?
Yep, you are allowed to add your answer.
I had a terrible answer. One, playing for your town is awesome. It's better than just what?
Couldn't have waited for me to go.
You already started.
Playing for your town is the best thing. Not toss on a private school jersey. And then two, it's hard. Like Tyler said, that the tech, they don't play anybody, so it's not really much of a challenge. And the teams that we play are hard. They're not it's on just easy wins, so you got to work for it.
Okay, those are great answers, by the way, and it's good because every program we have at the high school, we're struggling sometimes with numbers, so it's good. Tyler, you're actually going to go first on the individual questions. They're a little different than we asked you for soccer. You can say anything you want, just you behave yourself when you answer them. So we're going to start with you. Tyler Florencio is next, and then Matt will be last, so you'll have heard all the answers, so it'll be much easier. So for some unknown reason, I'm picking on Tyler Marinho here, and I apologize up front because you either go first or last, and it's last one is tough and first one is tough. So you drew the short straw sitting right beside of me. First question, and we're going to go right down the list here. A former hockey teammate that you learned the most from, or present?
Matt O'Brien.
Okay, that's an answer. Why?
I don't know. I feel like I've been playing with him for a while, town stuff. Just like when we were younger, he was playing D. I feel like it was a little bit different when he was playing D, but in the locker room now, I learn a lot from him.
Good. Other sports or indoor activities you do at the high school?
Soccer and lacrosse.
Okay. Your favorite moment of your whole hockey career, not this year. We talked about this year. What's your favorite individual moment and team moment?
Favorite individual moment?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, team moment.
Probably winning a couple state championships.
Okay. Favorite hockey player?
Eric Lundqvist.
Eric Lundqvist. And favorite hockey team?
Rangers.
Whoa, I was expecting all three Bruins. Awesome. I love that.
Oh.
People that have influenced you and coaches you want to credit? Rocky.
People that have influenced me: my dad, coaches, Jared Cabral, Ray Mercury, and give Scanlon a shout out, I guess.
Okay, what number do you wear and why?
30, because Henrik Lundqvist.
There you go. Do you watch if the games are if you have a televised game? Do you watch yourself and are you critical? Tape. Do you watch yourself on tape?
Yeah.
Do you learn anything, or are you just watching, making fun of your
I
other
learn.
teammates? Good. I like Dan's answer. If you had a walk-up song, what would it be?
Umbrella.
Is that the same one as
Yep.
this? There we
it
go.
was.
That's awesome. Something you learned from athletics that you can apply to the classroom.
Perseverance.
Okay. What are you going to miss the most?
The group. People.
Okay. And what's the future for my friend Tyler?
College. Don't know where yet, though.
Do you want to play hockey going forward?
Maybe like club or something.
Okay, good. We'll do the shout-outs later. So, Tyler Florencio, former teammate or present teammate, who you learned the most from?
You?
I don't know.
I'd say Bobby Sear. I mean, I only played with him for maybe a year. But
2 years.
2?
Yeah, sophomore and junior.
Oh
year.
yeah. Well, I was with him for 2 years. But he showed me how, like, he was the captain last year too, so he also played defense, which helped me learn the speed and what I had to do to play at this level.
Okay, other sports or activities you do at the high school?
Just soccer.
Favorite moment, individual and team?
Can I say 2?
Yes.
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah. So
You do both. Anything you want. Sure.
let's see, individual, I'll say last year, my first ever varsity goal, I went bar down. Great goal.
Did Shiv get a shot of that? I think Shiv got that shot. We had that.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had that shot
watched
on.
that.
I don't think that was
Shiv,
Shivy.
Huh?
I think that was Shivy.
Shivy got a picture of it.
Yeah, but there was a video.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he didn't get
yeah,
the
that was
WCTV
Sam.
video.
Okay, and then what's the team?
I got 2 for the team. In 5th grade for town, we had a tournament down in Marlboro, and Zach Gayette, I'll give him a shout out. He scored. It was a goal in double overtime, I think.
Hasn't scored since.
Hasn't. We played a team. We played them earlier in the tournament. They were really good, and we ended up beating them to win the whole tournament. It was amazing. And second one was freshman year. I was playing for my club team. He was the goalie, and this was the playoffs. It was the semifinals, and we were playing. It doesn't matter who we were playing, but we got into another double overtime, and we this kid on our team.
I don't even remember. Who?
Colton.
That was like 7th grade, bro.
That was
Okay,
freshman
keep
year.
going.
Oh, that was
Keep going,
freshman
keep
year.
They're
going.
like a married
Alright.
couple here. It's just so funny. Go.
We won that game. Kid on our team scored the game-winning goal, and there was a girls' high school game right after, so the whole stands were packed,
Oh, good.
and the whole place went crazy. It was,
Favorite hockey player and hockey team?
I say Patrice Bergeron and the Bruins.
And influences and coach you'd like to credit?
I mean, just my teammates throughout the years influenced me in different ways, and coaches Jared Cabral, Kevin Considine, that's his name. Kevin Considine, and probably Ray.
Okay, now I know the answer to this because you gave it to us, hockey, and you can give the same answer. Number you wear and why?
I wear number 4, and that's because Bobby Orr wore it. I don't know, it's just good play.
What would be your walk-up song?
I'm gonna switch it up. I'll say Joker and the Thief. Yeah.
Something you learned from athletics that you can apply to the classroom.
I want to say perseverance and like just keep going. You're gonna get adversity, no matter what it is in life. You got to deal with it.
Good. What are you going to miss the most?
Playing for my town.
Okay. And future?
College.
Do we know
Not-
which one?
It's narrowed down, but I don't know. Most likely Quinnipiac.
Okay, good. All right, Matt, you're the last one. You've heard all the questions. You have time to answer the question. I have to say, God bless the captain. These two guys, they've been playing together forever, so God bless you. The way they interact together, it must be great in the locker room with these fellas. It's awesome. I use the word fellas. That's kind of weird. Former teammate that you've learned the most from?
Probably my freshman year, the captain of the team, Aiden Murphy. That team was not very good at all. Not a lot of skilled players, but they were always positive and happy and fun to be around. So
Other sports activities that you do?
just lacrosse and hockey.
Okay. Favorite moment, individual and team?
Individual, probably my first varsity goal freshman year versus North Andover. And as a team, like any team.
Any team.
Okay. Probably also my freshman year, Tyler was on the team, the goalie, and it was the state tournament, and we lost to Barnstable in like the round robin, and like it wasn't really that close.
Sorry.
And then we had them in the finals again, and we ended up beating them 5-2.
And that's when you came into the studio, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's when everybody, I interrupt, they came into the studio and everybody's favorite player was Matt O'Brien. It's just
I remember
amazing.
that, yeah.
It was a fun time to have. Favorite hockey player and team?
McAvoy and Boston Bruins.
Okay. Influences and then coaches you like to credit.
All my teammates throughout the years. I mean, I don't think I've had a bad one. And then coaches, Don Gartner, Ray Mercury, and Steve Scanlon.
Okay. What number do you wear and why?
19, because I had the last pick my freshman year. So
And
I
you stuck
kept
with
it,
19?
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Do you ever watch yourself on tape or TV, and are you critical?
Yeah. I watch it like every day in school. No, I kind of just watch it, honestly. I don't really.
That's good. What would be Matt O'Brien's walk-up song?
All the Stars by Kendrick Lamar and SZA.
Kendrick Lamar. He was on the halftime show. Talk about that later. Something you learned from athletics that you can apply to the classroom.
Being like teachable, like not like if someone tells you something, you don't just like get mad and like frustrated, like you like accept it and like change it, like being like coachable.
Excellent. And then what are you going to miss the most?
Hanging out with the team, or yeah, just like the team in general, all the boys.
And future for Matt O'Brien?
College somewhere, I'm not sure yet.
Okay. And we are in February, so your decisions will be made eventually, I hope, the way the stuff works. Now comes actually my favorite part of the show, other than the individual stuff. And I really, the banter between these guys has been awesome. You can tell they're teammates. They're great teammates, and they've known each other for a long time, and they trust each other, and they're making fun of each other. And it's great to see athletes who are like that and have that bond as high school students. But before we finish here, we're going to get a shout out. We got the first Tyler is going to look straight at that camera. Second Tyler, number 2, is going to look straight at that camera. And then when Matty goes last, he's going to look over here at this camera. So let's start off. Tyler Marinho, shout out to anybody you want.
I'd like to shout out my mom, dad, brother, and sister.
Okay. Tyler Florencio.
Shout out both my parents.
Okay. And Matt.
My mom, my dad, my 2 sisters, and David and P.
Okay, DMP. So again, it's great to have everybody on the show. And again, I will reiterate, you're a fun bunch of guys to have because it's like you could tell there's a lot of respect here in the studio for everyone. I can also tell that the 2 Tylers here have played together for a long time. And I think it's almost like they can finish each other's sentences sometimes. So I don't mean to embarrass you on that. So it's great to have you on. Tyler Marinho, Tyler Florencio, Captain Matt O'Brien. Thanks for coming on the show. And for Wildcat Sports Update, I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and we'll see you on down the road.